Well, hello there, Magoo and Cleo. There you are. You're getting your afternoon chow break. Actually, pretty late afternoon get on out here. And came out on the front porch here. Amazon made a delivery. So we got to deal with that. Got to put that up in quarantine. That is actually the shelf-stable milk I've been waiting on. It's late, but I'm not complaining. It's not actually essential. Amazon got here. It's a few days late, but they let me know. So we'll get it moved on over to the carport a little bit later. Well, I'm sure Cleo and Magoo here will be following me here in a minute. But we got to go get the birds fed. So today I really didn't know where this video was going to go. And I'm still not sure about it. But I do got to get these birds fed. They've just been chirping away. And you'll be able to hear them in the distance. Let me set y'all over here on the bird bath and get this done real quick, and I'll come back and fetch you. Hey, Cleo. Here you are with Papa. You gonna help me today? Yes, you are, aren't you? Yep. Time to feed the birds. Howdy, Magoo. Yep, time to feed the birds. I'd appreciate it if y'all would try not to eat them. Okay? The birdies gotta survive too. Y'all get food. Watch out. You gotta put some down for the ones that like to eat on the ground. You're getting it all over you, Magoo. Okay, let's go put these up. We'll be back. Gotta do a little watering. Y'all just have to come with me. And that. Go up here and check the beans. I was wanting to do some more mowing today, but places I need to mow still aren't very dry. Well, got a couple more beans poking up there. And that. Yep. Those Kentucky Wonders, a little slow jump. Oh well, over here on this side, got quite a few more. Yep. Some of them didn't make it. Yeah. I say that, and see, I'm just an impatient person. There's one sneaking up through the grass right there. Now I bet there's some more right underneath there. So you just gotta have patience. Now this was my seed that I saved from last year. So this is my own seed. And it should do better this year than it did last, because it's at least had one season growing here. And vegetable varieties will acclimatize themselves over time. Now granted, it takes more than 1 year. And that's why you want to save your seed, especially if it's an heirloom, open pollinated variety, which just so happens Kentucky Wonder pole beans are. So, we're letting things dry out. Tomorrow, which will be Saturday, the 2nd of May, because today's the 1st of May, we're going to make a full day of garden and yard work. Not today. Today's just let her dry out a little more. Try not to jump on it too hard. I gotta find a watering can somewhere. Not sure what I did with it. But we always like walking around checking things. And it looks like those little onion starts, you know, the ends of the onions, they're coming up better. You can see them right there, I think. See? Yeah. They're doing fine. Some made it. Some didn't. Probably pull us some more carrots to have with our dinner tonight. I'll do that a little bit later, right before I come in. Yep. The oregano I transplanted is doing just fine. And that. Still moist. But it's taking hold. Oregano, once it gets going, especially this Greek oregano, it's extremely hardy. I suggest you plant you up a pot full or a little bed in your gardens. You'll have oregano for a lifetime. Oh, and there's where I left the watering can. It's over on my little table. I got to get it, fill it up, because I'm sure the old truck planters are a little bit dry. So let me get that done, and we'll come back. Well, we got her filled up. Let's take a walk and go check those truck tire planters. And that, because they'll be dry. See, that's the one thing about having any type of raised bed planter, or you know, raised garden beds here this far south. They dry out real fast. It's not that they're a bad idea. It's just you got to realize anything raised up off the ground is going to dry out a whole lot faster than the ground below them. It's just a fact of physics. It's called gravity. And we're going to take a look at them, check them out. Now I did notice something when I came in last night. And you're going to notice this dirt here looks disturbed, where this part is still beat down by the rain we had. I'm starting to wonder if the kitties didn't use this side to deposit a bundle of joy. We just have to see if the lettuce I put in there still comes up, because lettuce is planted so shallow. Only way to know is give it some time. At least they left 2/3 of it alone. But that's just, you know, part of it. I could put a fence around it, and I may have to, since I actually want to try to eat some lettuce. Now that I got a nice head of fresh lettuce, courtesy of Dave over there at Superfoods. You know, it's not like it's so immediate right now. But you can see that bed was dry. And these planters are about 18 inches deep. Now both of these come fall, since they are so deep, whew, rashes are doing fine. They're really coming along nicely. Won't be too much longer. I'll be able to snip me a few of those young leaves down below. Top of a nice lettuce salad with them. What do y'all think? Well, that'd be wonderful. Now, I was over there this morning on Southern Boy Prepper's channel. And then I checked it later in the afternoon, and yep, he did a video about 29 minutes long walking all 4 of his garden plots. And yeah, he had some damage. Of course, with him being down there in Louisiana, it's rather low. He gets a lot of standing water, especially when it rains real hard. But he's getting some ditches put in, help drain his gardens. That'll help a lot. But he got everything pretty much back in good shape. I was thankful for that. And another thing I'm thankful for is for those of you in the channel's community here that went over and subbed his channel. Thank you very much. I sure do appreciate that. And I know he does and his family does. And I think it's just going to... Magoo. You just got to break in, don't you? Yep. It's Magoo time. Right, Magoo? You would know. Cleo's still up eating. Magoo, he's got to be here on camera. Well, I'm going to leave this water bucket right here. Right there, Magoo. Was it you who went poo-poo in the lettuce bed? Come on, pass up. You going to pass up, Magoo? You gonna press up? Come on. Let's walk with our folks, okay? Come on. Let's take a walk with the people. Ooh, those birds are chirping now. They sure are happy. Are you happy, Magoo? Come on, buddy. Come on. You know, I've had dogs in the past. And they were loyal, and I loved them to death. But it just seems like I picked the wrong dogs, or they picked the wrong person. Maybe they didn't pick the wrong person. But they all passed away in just a few years. That's sort of why I don't have dogs no more. And I really didn't have cats. All the cats picked me. I didn't pick them. Like Magoo here. He just showed up one day. Same way with Cleo, Elrod, Sammy, well, Samantha, but we ain't seen her in quite some time. I hope and pray she's fine. And there's Cleo. She's finished eating. And I don't know if the camera picks it up, but Cleo's jet black. Where Magoo has got this here reddish auburn colored tint intermixed with black fur. It's real beautiful. Now folks, I gotta figure out something to do with these brush piles. But you know, right now they're growing some dewberries and some blackberries, not sure which. Dewberries are normally smaller. They're about, you know, this size here. And blackberries get larger. I'm thinking these are blackberries. They both taste similar. Yeah, I'm gonna call these blackberries. Look at the size of that berry. Yep, these are blackberries. Now I picked off these yesterday. I got me a good full handful, and I might find some more today. Oh, look at the size of this one. Look at that. What do you think, Magoo? Oh, it's Magoo approved. So I'm gonna eat it. Tasty. Now I know this one's smaller, but I'll share this one with y'all. Here you go. So there's not many ready in here today because we just picked them yesterday. Brought them in, added them to the berry bowl, which now that we have a little bit of milk, we've been enjoying with our cereal in the morning. Because I don't know, cereal that's with water, it just ain't too tasty. Just to be fair, y'all can have this one. I'm actually surprised that there's a few in here ripe today. Thought I got anything that was close yesterday. But see, that's another blessing. This one is a blessing from God, and it wouldn't be here unless I stacked up all my twigs and limbs and made these piles. Now normally I burn these off on Memorial Day and then Labor Day, because they keep coming, trust me, when you live under huge trees and got as many trees as I do on this small lot here. But last year I didn't burn this one off. I left it, and I'll tell you why. I got to looking inside it, and inside this thing is a complete ecosystem. Down at the bottom where the wood is decaying, oh my lord, there are so many worms, pill bugs, which most of us call roly-polies, along with other little insect life. But up throughout it, many bird species make their homes and that. Now I haven't seen a snake on this place, and I'm not sure when. And a lot of that I attribute to the cats. The kitty crew. And before the kitty crew, of course, it was Merlin. Now a big old tiger kitty. And before that, it's Cabby Doo, my big blue Russian. And before Cabby Doo, it was Shayna Lee. She was a blue Russian too. In fact, she was Cabby Doo's mama. Beautiful cat. So was Cabby Doo. Cabby Doo, he was a character. I mean, it broke my daughter's heart when he passed. Broke mine too. He'd been with me quite some time. Look at the size of that blackberry. I mean, just look at it. Ooh, that's gonna be tasty. This one's for me, folks. Oh yeah. Just perfect. Sweet, but slightly, just ever so slightly tart. And we're gonna have plenty more. So, I'm unsure if I'm gonna burn this pile this year. Now it was several feet higher when we finished up last year, so it's compressed and it is rotting down. And the soil underneath this thing, you want to talk about black gold? It's black gold. And I got some grapevines forming up here. I don't see any muscadines or possum grapes on. I'm not sure which they are yet. But if they start to show some fruit on them, then we'll know. I'm thinking these might be muscadine. We'll just have to wait and see. But I do have some possum grapes. Let me show those to you, because they grow wild here in Alabama and the South as well. You may have them on your place. If you just look, we'll come up here. I'll show you mine, because they're all through the bamboo forest up here. And they're right here. These are our possum grapes. And they had clusters of grapes on them last year. Now, possum grapes are much smaller than the domesticated grapes people grow. In fact, here's a cluster right here. You see it? And how you can tell they're grapes is they actually form a grape-like cluster, just like seedless grapes and wine grapes do, except the grapes themselves are much smaller. See right here? There's another one. And there's many more in there. Now, back in the day, these were used to make jams, jellies, and some very good wine. Now, I ain't done nothing with them. And I'm going to be taking some out of here. In fact, I'm going to be taking some cuttings off of these vines and starting them. And then I'm going to be planting them along the back fence when I get that cleared on out. But I'll be starting them. I'll take the cuttings late fall, and then I'll root them, and then I'll put them out in the early winter, or sometime during the winter. They'll be just fine. And then next year, they'll start growing. And I'll take you all with me for the journey. Oh, here's another cluster right here. See it? Now the birds love these too, so that's another thing. You got, just like elderberries, you got to fight with the birds. Here's two more over here. I may try to make some jam or jelly this year. All depends if I'm paying enough attention to get them before the birds get them. We ain't done a whole lot today, and I guess we'll chat a little bit about that. You know, it could have been Cleo too that was using the tire planter as her personal potty, because you can see right there in that newly cleared out space for continuing gardening, she just left her deposit. Some people freak out about that, worried about getting disease. Well, the cats around here have always done it. And now, with the worm population I got, it don't last long in there, trust me that. Worms come. And I've never got sick from it, that I can tell. Made it this far, not gonna worry about it now. And there comes the old Magooster. Coming over to be with us, ain't you, Magoo? Yep. Well, let's sit down and chat a while. What do you say there? Magoo and Cleo? Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna have a lap full of kitty. Okay, let's give it a go. Sort of got to find a place where we're not too much in the sun, not too much in the shade. As you might figure, Magoo's got to come up here. Don't you, Magoo? You gonna sit with me? Huh? You gonna sit with Papa? You a lap kitty. You just like Merlin used to be, and Cabby Doo. So as y'all can see, we ain't done a whole lot today. Part of that was, I didn't stop videoing yesterday till late in the afternoon. Then it took quite some time to get it edited. For whatever reason, YouTube was real slow in uploading yesterday evening. It took nearly 3 hours to upload that video. Now granted, it was 56 minutes long. I tend to be a chatty person. Some people don't like that. Others do. Others listen to old Mr. Tom while they're doing chores, laundry, dishes, gardening, what have you. Others, they want everything done in 10 minutes or less, some 5 minutes or less. Some people, especially the younger people, I'm not kicking them for it, they want in 2 minutes or less. If you ever noticed, most news stories on mainstream media are about 2.5 minutes or less. They do surveys on that just to see what the attention span is of people in these days. Sort of makes me wonder how youngins get through class anymore, since most classes, both in public and private school, grades 1 through 12 are hour long. And then of course in college, unless things have changed, and of course I ain't been in college in a long time, maybe classes are shorter now, but they used to be at least an hour. Some were 2 back in my day, especially if you had a lab. You'd have lab for an hour, and then classroom time for an hour, or lecture for at least an hour. Maybe things have changed. It's not like I'm going back to college in this lifetime. But today, I really didn't know what to do about the video. I did want to thank y'all for everyone who viewed yesterday's video on blessings and gifts. And one thing I learned was I wasn't the only person in the world that had problems in receiving blessings and gifts. And a lot of the comments that y'all made it truly more understandable for me to understand that we all need to learn to be receivers as well as givers. Both are equally important. And several viewers said it best. They asked me a question. Well, don't you receive great joy in giving? And the answer to that was yes. Well then, why wouldn't you want someone else to have that joy of giving too? Well, that struck home. And that was, something I've been thinking about quite some time. But listening to all of y'all, it seemed even more right. In fact, absolutely right. So from now on, rather than always avoiding it, I'm just going to let it be what it be. And if someone else wants to give, then hopefully they're giving from their heart and without any stipulations. Because that's the way I give. I don't. If I don't ever get anything back, that's just fine. I didn't do it to get anything back. I did it like many of y'all said, because it made me happy. It was the right thing to do. So I really do appreciate all of y'all. And before I came out here, I spent a couple hours a day reading all the comments. And I'm sure more are coming, because views are up on that video. More than normal. And of course, I'm thankful for that. So are the kitties. Oh, by the way, all the kitties love those treats, and guess what they wanted today? First thing off the bat. Yep, more treats, especially Trixie. She was just adamant. First thing this morning, she had to have a few, or I was never going to hear the end of it. So I did, and of course then I got to come out and share them with the rest of the crew. Now once again, I ain't seen Elrod. That's not unusual. He may go a day, 2 days. I'm not sure who takes care of him other than me, but apparently somebody does. And he'll eventually show up, sooner or later, or we can hope and pray he does. But, like I say, we ain't done much today. Check how things are, you know. You took a walk with me and we went ahead and watered those truck planters. We do that, especially in the afternoons. No, I didn't have to do it this morning because they were still rather damp. And the pots, they're all still more than moist. And so is the soil. I was wanting to mow today, or at least the parts I hadn't mowed yet. But they're in lower sections, and they're just still too wet. All I'd be doing is tearing up the ground and possibly getting mower stuck again. Now I have to call my son, like I did last year, to help me get it out. I'm not going to try to pull it out with a car or a truck all by myself. I've tried that. It hasn't always ended up so well. Wind up breaking something on the mowers in the past. During my farming days, I'd break something up on the tractor or the truck. It actually takes two to get a vehicle unstuck, or at least it's preferable. So, it's been a beautiful day today. Maybe y'all can see the sky. I hope so. Just some light, wispy clouds. Still got beautiful, dark blue sky, but I can slowly see it's going back to that lighter blue. Maybe it is in your area too. And that's something I do want to talk about today. I say it's a good thing or a bad thing. It just comes under that heading. It'll be what it'll be. Let's talk about that a while. Or at least here in the U.S., my state, county. And maybe y'all share how it's looking in your state and your county too. We'll be right back. So, you know, I'm sure you know this is May 1st, day 46 for me here at the home place. And we're continuing to continue on. But I haven't talked about the numbers lately, but as most of y'all know, quite a few states are starting to reopen. Our governor, Kay Ivey, changed our stay-at-home order, which went into effect yesterday at 5 p.m. And we went from a stay-at-home to a safer-at-home. And it's not that everything's open. Some things are and some things remain closed, and I'll go through that here in just a second. But, you know, in the U.S., I think we're at 1,131,000 cases countrywide, 63,500 deaths. So we've surpassed everybody's estimate there, and it's just continuing to rise by anywhere from 2,300 to some days up over 3,000 new deaths a day. Now, I'm not going to go into all this, whether it's real, whether counting everything as a COVID-19 death. I don't know what to believe or not to believe. You know, I keep looking into it. And if you read things in depth, I think some of the stuff is being taken out of context. Some of it could be accurate. I just don't know. I can't say definitively either way. And I don't have an agenda or stick in the fight, except try to survive it. And for me, it's safer at home. So that's my whole take on that. But here in my state, not this past Friday, but Friday 2 weeks ago now, this is Friday, May the 1st, Governor Ivey came on and said, you know, she would be making Governor Kay Ivey came on TV, did a short press briefing, and she said on the 28th of April she'd get with Dr. Scott Harrison, or Harris, our leading state Alabama Department of Public Health official, and they'd have a meeting and they'd decide what to do then. And they did. And that's where this here safer at home order came. But I, on my birthday, April 18th, I did a snapshot, a screenshot of our state's COVID-19 dashboard. Because that's really Friday before my birthday. My birthday was on a Saturday. She had done that press briefing saying on the 28th is when they'd review it and make a new decision or keep everything in place. And the cases then were 4,500 statewide. And we had 154 deaths. And there were only 620 total hospitalizations as of the 18th. Now, 2 weeks later, or it will be tomorrow, Saturday, we're now at 7,158 cases statewide. And that's an additional 2,658. Now granted, we're only testing people that show symptoms. We're not testing anybody else because apparently we don't have the laboratory capacity or the tests. 279 people have died statewide now, which is an additional 123 deaths in 2 weeks. You know, that's almost 100% increase. Probably I'd say around 90% or 85%. And hospitalizations are up to 1,008 as of today. That's an additional 388. You might as well say, you know, that's another 40% increase or 35. I'm trying to do the math in my head, talk to y'all at the same time, so don't kick me on the math. And then in my county, we're up to 258. And we've got, let's see, 18 deaths. And we're a sparsely populated county. To put that in perspective, I think we're 34,000 people in my county of Tallapoosa. Now, on the other hand, Madison County, which is where I grew up as a child, up in North Alabama, or, you know, from the time we got here in 1966, till we moved out to Harvest, I think in fall of '72, which was still in Madison County, by the way. Madison County has 12 times the population. Densely populated. Smaller county even. And they got only 225 people with COVID. And only 4 deaths. I just don't understand how that can be. I've seen the same thing taking place up in Birmingham, Montgomery. All of a sudden, the last few weeks, their numbers have just flatlined. And like I told you, I was using those sky cams or our weather cams to view all different cities to see how people were adhering to the stay-at-home order, which basically weren't. And that's fine. That's their choice. I went to look at them a couple of nights ago. Guess what? they'd all been turned where you couldn't see the major highways no more. I swear to you, they were. In fact, I was discussing that with my son last night. I first noticed it in Montgomery County, and I wish I took screenshots so I could show y'all. But there were weather cams, or we call them sky cams here, where you could see I-85. There were two that showed different ends of I-85, I-65, Dexter Avenue, other areas in Montgomery County and Montgomery city limits. They've been turned just enough where you ain't gonna see those highways anymore. So somebody was watching my video, and somebody made that decision because they don't turn themselves. You know, they're not like automatic. And then I went to a few other cities, and some of the same had happened. But that all being said, like I said, out here in my state, this past Thursday, yesterday, we went under the Safer at Home executive order. And that's different from the stay at home executive order. Now what's that mean? Well, that means for here in the state of Alabama, all retail stores can now be open. All of them. Not just essential ones. The malls can reopen. Now that being said, all restaurants still can only do takeout or takeaway. No inside eating yet for restaurants, and they're not all too happy with that. Also, bars, beauty salons, barbershops, nail salons, and tattoo parlors must remain closed. They're not happy. And the beaches are open. Alabama beaches are open, so in case you want to go down there and join up with a crowd at the beaches, you know, I told you here a couple videos back that would happen, and sure enough, now we're right there with Florida. And opened our beaches. And I searched today for some pictures. None of the news outlets seem to want to cover that. I'm sure it ain't pretty. But like all of you that follow me, you know that's a personal choice. If you want to go down, risk your own lives, more power to you. Hopefully, you won't bring it back and kill any of your family, because that wouldn't be your choice. So for now, I'm going to see what all this leads to. And a few videos back, I talked about riding the wave. Well, from the numbers I gave you, you could already see we had a considerable increase in 2 weeks. And that was still under what supposedly was our stay-at-home order. Now, I'm going to screenshot things today, and I'm going to see where all this leads. Because at some point in time, I've got to go out myself. You know, is that going to be in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months? I don't know. I can stay it out. As long as I can keep getting resupplied from online purchases, I'm good to go. Now, look who showed up. You take a guess. Magoo! Now Cleo, she went off and curled up. But old Magooster, he's here with Papa. Aren't you, little buddy? Yep. I love you too. You put joy in the old man's heart, don't you? Now if you could only talk. You don't meow much. You like Merlin. Merlin didn't have much to say. Neither did Cabby-Doo. Are you reincarnation of Cabby-Doo? Nope. I just had to ask. Hope I didn't offend you there, Magoo. Oh, there's Cleo down there curled up. Right at my feet. Oh, God, those claws hurt. Okay, Magoo, get your special place. Okay. Now I gotta finish up the video. And then I'll give you lots more lovin's, okay? Okay? Can you tolerate it? Will you speak? Oh, you gonna lick me? You gonna show me some love? Okay. You're my baby boy. Yep, you are. Hey, go out and chase a bird. Just for a little while. Don't eat them. Don't eat them. Find a comfy place and sit. Okay? Oh, nope. Well, as y'all can see, I got a lap full of kitty again. Right there. So, that's fine. He likes being with Papa and listening too. So, now I did say in yesterday's video when I was going all over those sweet gifts and blessings y'all sent me, that I was going to take at least a ride this coming week. And I'm going to do that because I got to run the car. And it's just not for the car, it's for me too. But granted, I'll have everything with me. I'll have my N95 mask, probably have a couple of them. I'll have gloves. I'll have, along with the gloves, I'm also going to have Clorox wipes. I'll have a Tyvek suit with me. I'll have duct tape, water, some food in the car as well. And I'll have some protection. That's something else I want to talk about here on this video, because this video really doesn't have a format. It's just sort of rambling on many topics today, and I didn't know where it was going. But something you didn't see on that video yesterday, I had to retake a portion of it. Why? Because I went around to sit on the front porch like I normally do with y'all, and that I started chit-chatting with you, and a lot of gunfire erupted. I mean, a lot. And it was a few blocks down to the southwest of my neighborhood. And it just continued. And you could tell it just wasn't one weapon. There were multiple weapons involved. And it went on for several minutes. Stopped for a short period of time and then erupted again. And I thought about putting that, just staying with it, because it was getting late. But it was very loud. These were not 22s. These were high caliber weapons. I can tell. High caliber from a 22 or .177 or something like that. Occasionally, there were shotgun blasts. Those you can tell as well from a rifle. And I thought about just leaving all that in there, and I thought, no, there'd be way too many questions. And I looked this morning to see if there was a news story, and there wasn't. Not yet, anyway. There might be on the evening news, local evening news. That's if it got out of the city. Yet. If not, it won't come out in the city paper till this coming Wednesday. Our city paper comes out one day a week, and that's Wednesdays. But tomorrow, and later this evening, I'll try to see if there's any story on it. But whatever was going on, there was something bad happening. And I don't know if you noticed it, in the very first part of the video I did yesterday when I was sitting out in the chair, there were all kinds of sirens in the background. I don't know if you heard them or not, or if the wind drowned them out. But when I rewatched the video, I could hear them because I could filter out the wind noise. And there were a lot of sirens, not only police, but fire and ambulance. And then it was probably 25-30 minutes later when all that gunfire erupted. So it had to be something major and tragic. Maybe I can find out. I'm just curious because some things have been happening. Here in our state, there has been a lot of crime. It's got elevated. Most of it's burglary, house burglaries, breaking into cars, businesses, people's personal property being stolen, food, and anything that you can sell. And I don't think I brought it up before. Me and my son have talked about it. Car, somebody tried to break into that last week. And one day this past week, in the wee morning hours, somebody tried to break in the shop. Of course, now for several weeks, I don't sleep up in the bedroom anymore. It's up in front of the house. And it's hard to hear anything going on outside. I've been just laying down on the couch, me and old Tricks in the den. And I can hear things better there. Probably less insulated. And a lot less wall between me and the outside wall. There aren't any. And both times I could hear what was going on, both times. Of course, first thing I did was get some personal protection. Second thing I did was start making a lot of loud noise in the house. And then I started saying things pretty loud verbally, not cussing, but I'm coming. And I'm armed. And both times I could hear somebody running off in the darkness, and neither were successful. So since those events, I tend to stay up later at night anyway. Because in all truth, crime of that nature takes place. There's a mosquito. Why don't you kill the mosquitoes for Papa? Most of the crime of that nature takes place between the hours of 10 p.m. and about 3 in the morning. So if I do tend to drift off, I sleep very lightly. And I sleep with Mary close by. Mary's some personal protection I've had. Oh God, forever. She's a chunky lady, 45. And I've never had to use Mary for protection. I have had to show Mary, because of her size, people have thought better of it. And that's why I tend to like a large piece of personal protection, because I'd rather never have to use it. I am well trained, and I can use it, and I will use it, but I'd rather not. I think as you grow older, you put more value into life. I know I have. There have been times in my life, I won't lie, that I had to make a decision. I couldn't do anything but. I don't blame myself personally. You see, because all people have a decision to make. And if you decide that you're going to harm another, well, I've always looked at that was your decision. My decision is to not let that be me, or my family, or my friends. Right, Magoo? That's just my thoughts. And some of y'all may feel differently. That's the beauty of America and its freedoms. And I respect all of y'all's beliefs and opinions. Hope you'll respect mine. But it was late. In fact, I think it was 1:30, 2 in the morning when we finally dozed off last night. And like always, Trixie was curled up on my lap, sleeping down sort of in between my legs and my lower belly. It's where she likes. Sleeps there every night, ever since I got her. She got me. And of course, old Magoo and Cleo, a lot of times, they'll just sleep out on the front porch if it's nice out. And it was nice last night. You know, it got down to 46. I couldn't believe it. It was rather chilly this morning. I said, woo. Hope my beans are okay. Because, you know, stuff like beans, tomatoes, okra, they don't like that cold temperature. They don't like those chilly mornings. They won't kill them, but it slows the growth way down. Slows seed germination down. Hence why the beans are slow popping up. But I don't know what more to talk about today. Like I say, I'm trying my very best to do my part during this health crisis and bring a video to you and hopefully share things, not only from my life, but things I know, things I've experienced. Not only here in real time, but in past times. And like always, I so enjoy reading the comments you leave. And I'll say this, boy, it's been an extremely long time since I've had to erase a comment. Some have been borderline, but I leave them there based on the right to free speech, as long as they're not attacking none of y'all, none of my family or me. They can attack me as long as they don't get nasty about it, you know. Because that's just difference in opinion and beliefs. But y'all, I got to go find a pair of gloves. And I got to get all those boxes that Amazon brought me. Oh, that's one other thing I want to talk about. And this came from a viewer, Gina, who left a comment. Because you know how I said mail had been a little screwy here since all this started. And I hope Gina didn't think I was talking bad about the post office. I was just stating a fact. It's not normal. Of course, nothing's normal. FedEx delivery, UPS, they're all doing the best they can. So is the U.S. Postal Service. I know that. I wasn't trying to badmouth them, Gina. Trust me, I wasn't. Her husband works for the U.S. Post Office. He's working 10 to 12-hour days, and I'm sure he's even working more than that. And then he's got his, time back and forth to work. I've been there, done that. Not for the U.S. Postal Service, but many companies that I've worked for. So I know how it is. I know how hard it is on a person. And I know how stressed he must be feeling. And of course, she's feeling because he's having to continue to work. And that. So, Gina, if you watch this video, I didn't mean nothing by it, dear. And I wrote down your names, and we'll be praying for you and your husband as well. Keep both of y'all safe, just like we pray for everybody who asks, and our community in general. Don't we, Magoo? Magoo says, yep, he prays too. And he does. Occasionally I see him cross his paws. Trust him. Right, Magoo? Don't you? You want to show him? You ain't too much on tricks, are you? Okay. So I wanted to clear that up too while we was out here chatting. So, if I offended her feelings, I hope she'll forgive the old man. It wasn't intentional. I understand. Everybody that's out there working, and I say that every video, that we should be praying for all those essential people that are deemed essential workers. And, that's our postal workers too. I'm not sure what happened to my regular postal person. The one I got now is not the same one I used to have. And unless I go into town. There's no way to find out, because this new one I got, she's a young lady. She runs. If she has to get out of her little mail truck, she runs up, puts it on the porch, and she runs back. I've tried to catch her a time or two, just say hi and thank you. And I did once, and she never stopped. She just looked back, threw up her arms, and said, thank you. Have a good day. And I do appreciate it. And I think I got a little bit of money stuck in the sock drawer. My sock drawer. I think I put a little something in a little card. I leave it in the mailbox for her. Maybe she'll take it and understand it's just a little way of saying thank you for everything she does. And I've done that before. And I've done it with my UPS man, my FedEx person. And he just showed up to the house. FedEx did again. I don't have a clue what he just brought, because as far as I know, those last Amazon packages are the last things I had ordered. So we'll have to go around and see what else has come in. So we'll head around the house here with the kitty crew and see if anything else came. Maybe they were stopping at the neighbor's house. Who knows? So let's take a walk and check it out. Okay guys, we're gonna walk around the side of the house, check out the front. Y'all ready? Come on. Let's head on out. All the birds have already found the feeders are filled up. Just saw one take flight. Never takes them long. As soon as I start filling them up, I start hearing them chirp louder, sending out the message. Mr. Tom's opened up the bird seed bars. I got to make a holder for that soup cake that Naomi sent me. And see. I don't see nothing new on the front porch. Sometimes he puts them out in the carport. Oh, I can't wait for these blueberries. Now, mockingbirds are getting one every once in a while, you see right there, but that's okay. You got to share with all of God's creatures, right? Yep, they're getting a few. I don't know how they eat them, green. I guess they can't taste them, because they are very astringent when they're green. Oh, look at how beautiful those are right there. Oh my, look at that color. I just love them. Well, nope. I don't see nothing new in the carport. So he must have been stopping at the neighbor's. That's just fine. I didn't have anything else ordered. Oh, maybe before it rains next Wednesday, I'm finally getting my little car washed up. That's something we need to do. That tree sap gets on it so fast. Now I can see out at the mailbox. The door's hanging open. Got some mail. So yep, I got to get in, get some gloves, get my boxes moved around. Don't want to tempt anybody. Leaves things out on the front porch too long. People may get a bad idea. Don't want to leave them for temptation. Then it's my fault, right? So we'll head her on in now. And call this one a wrap. But like always, pray for those essential workers. Those who make our deliveries. Postal Service, FedEx, UPS, couriers, what have you. Keep praying for them grocery workers. Stockers, cashiers, managers, janitors, healthcare workers of all types. Doctors to janitors. Nurses. Pray for the bus drivers, train drivers, and the truck drivers. Pray for the power company people. And the list just goes on. And like I always say, pray for those who have no choice but to work. Not that they're so essential, but they're essential to their families. They have to feed the families. And guess who's out with me too? Miss Trix. She's been sitting on the back porch, being antisocial. So I got to get her on in before something erupts. Or there's going to be a war. Come on, Trix. Trixie. Come on. Trix. Come on. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Trixie. Come on. Trix. You come here. Come on, baby. Come on in with Papa. Let me put you in, okay? Come on in. Come on, baby. There you go. You're in. Okay? I'll be right in a minute. There was going to be a war. Well, we almost had a war break out. I'd let Trix out the back door. She likes to roam around the backyard. And that's my fault. I forgot she was out. I should have put her back up before I came out. You know, she wants to be part of time out here with me. Her and Cleo, they just can't jihad. Last time they got in a fight, oh God, it was violent. Trixie's missing hair and so is Cleo. Weren't bleeding, thank God. But that's the life between the kiddies. I'm still working on trying to make them get along, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'm not giving up. Still trying. Oh. And y'all please remember, pray for everybody in our community. If you do read down through the comments, you'll know people have some special situations, special health concerns, not only with themselves, but their families. And if you got some extra time and don't mind, pray for them. Add them to your prayer list. I write every name down when people request. And then I spend time talking with God. I truly believe He hears me. I truly believe He does. Now it's up to Him what He does. Now I can't make God do anything. I learned that lesson a long time ago. But y'all take care out there. Stay safe. And God bless each and every one of you. And I know God will bless you, your families, and your loved ones all the days that you live. Till we see you in the next video. From me, Trix, and the kitty crew, goodbye for now. Time to get some gloves, get back to work there. Y'all want me to get your paw gloves? Magoo, you gonna help me with the packages? I gotta fill up your water jug. Gotta get that bird seed thing put up. Or y'all so full of eating, you're just gonna crash. Plus I gotta go in and give Trixie a treat. Her feelings are hurt, okay? I'll be back out, guys. Let me go in and give Trix some love, okay? She don't understand. Y'all got Cleo. Can you do me a favor? Try to get along. Talk to her. Let her know you're all you want to do is be her buddy. Okay? Not happening, I can tell. But just how she's walking away. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Trix. I forgot. I forgot you were out there. Come on, Papa will get you some milk, okay? Okay? Let me get you some. I'm gonna get you some milk. Hold on, I'll be right back, okay? Let me go get it. I'll be right back. Okay? Okay. Will this make it some better? Now I know people tell me milk ain't good for kitties. But I've learned from experience, some kitties love it. Those who have a problem with it, normally, in my experience, don't drink it. Merlin never would, neither would Cabby do. But I better get her some treats too. Of course, I'm going to be taking some treats that Naomi was so kind to send out to the kitty crew later too. Yep, her feelings are hurt. Okay, Trix. Let me get you some treats. Want some of these? Okay, hold on a minute. Let me put the camera down. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Does that make it all better? Does that make it all better now? Will you forgive me? Because you know you're the queen. You're the queen of the house. I meant to spend more time with you outdoors too, but I have to get some things done. Now you're going to eat that. Eat your meow mix and you're going to curl up and go to sleep. Papa still got plenty to do. Got chores to do, dishes, clean up the kitchen. Still got things to do outdoors. Put up the Amazon packages. Well, boy, you truly love those. I'm going to have to take a look on Amazon. See if I can get some more of them shipped in. Okay, I think she'll forgive me. Will you forgive Papa? No, that's all you need for right now. Okay? You want to say goodbye? Trix. You want to say goodbye? No. Okay. And guess who showed up to the party late? Yep, it's Elrod. I'm glad. I didn't see him yesterday. So I brought out a little more food. Because there wasn't much left in there for Elrod. And that, I've got to get this treat bag open. So the camera work's not going to be so good. Come here. You missed out yesterday, Elrod. There you go. There you go, buddy. Those are from Naomi. She sent them down especially for you, Cleo, Magoo, and Trixie. Aren't they yummy? But you missed out yesterday. That'll teach you not to come around for afternoon chow time. Because that's also going to be treat time. I wanted to make sure you got some too, buddy. That way now you're all even. And Papa's so glad to see you. I worry about you when you don't stop by every day. And maybe you were here yesterday and I just didn't see you. Well, did you come yesterday? You don't feel like talking? Huh? Those are yummy. I'd try one, but I don't think I'd like them just based on the smell. What do you think? Okay, y'all eat your evening chow. And we'll come back. Freshen up your water before we call it a night. So I'll see you then, kitty crew. Later, all.